Hey, my friend. Happy day. Happy new week. Here is your energy forecast for May 9th through May 15th. Daddy Simoni's here, your spiritual designer, helping you find clarity on your spiritual journey as you remember and understand who you are, heal the past, and design a life that honors you. Those are the three things that I love to work on. I love to talk about. And today we're going to talk about Mercury Retrograde. We're going to talk about our moon. We're going to talk about some other things that our planets like Venus and Mars and Neptune and Chiron are doing in our sky this week that I want you to be mindful of and look out for. We're also going to talk about our oil of the week, which I did not grab and is over there. So at one point I'll have to go grab that. Okay, my friend. So let's get started. So first things first, let's go through our moon energy for the week. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And we're going to go through that. We're going to go through where our moon will be. Our moon is actually going to be starting off this week, kicking off this week in the sign of Leo. So let's talk about Leo for a second, because it's going to be there from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So this first part of our week will be in this fiery, passionate energy. Leo is ruled by our beautiful sun. Our sun is still in in Aries in Sidereal Astrology. So we are still looking at that fiery energy. So this is a very fiery, get stuff moving, going, doing type energy. So if you are wanting to get things going, kick things off, get back on track, use this energy over the next couple of days to do that. Also with that, this could be some, intense, passionate energy that could be great and can also be a little bit overwhelming. So we could be feeling our energies come up and not knowing how to work with them or to deal with them. We could be lashing out. We could be like making it all about us. Sometimes we do that, right? We could be having this really intense high energy. So notice, plus I want to add this in. We're not going to talk too much about it just yet, but I want to add this in because Mercury is about to go retrograde. So there are things that are bubbling up. There's also some things that are happening in our sky that you may be feeling this as well. So if there are things coming up, my friend, there is tools. There are things that can help you. And this is a good sign because that means it's ready to transform. It's ready to be worked on. It's ready to be released, right? My 4 stages of healing. It's the awareness, it's the understanding, it's the letting go and forgiving, and then it's finally moving forward. So if we look at it from that aspect, these things first have to come up, right? They have to come up so that we can work with them and that we can work through them, right? Not just push them aside, but work through them. Okay, so we've got Leo energy, which is very fiery energy, which is very, and when I say fiery, I mean, it's like, think of it as like that really, that passionate, that movement, right? The fire moves things, right? It burns things, right? It transforms things. Fire can heat our food, right? It can cook our food. It can help us with our nourishment. Our sun, it gives us light, right? So we have all these themes, these really beautiful themes. And Leo likes the attention. Leo likes to be seen. Leo likes to be heard. So you might be feeling that. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. You want to be out there. Use this energy, especially if you're somebody who likes to kind of like sit in the back and is like, I don't know about this yet, right? This is a good energy to help move yourself forward, bring yourself to the spotlight, put yourself out there if that's what you're looking to do. All right, so let's move into Virgo. Thursday and Friday, our moon will be transiting through the zodiac sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo it's an earth sign, so it's more grounded, right? So it's not so like you go, it's like, okay, we went, now let's get things in order. You know how sometimes like you'll start something because you need to just start it and just do it. And you're like, forget this, I'm done with putting it on the back burner. I need to get going on this, right? So Leo and Aries can help us do that. But then we need our earth signs like Taurus and Virgo and Capricorn to be like, okay, let's settle in now. let's figure out what we're going to do. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. Right. And so we can use that energy to get us going. And then like, okay, let's keep it going. Right. We don't want to just burn out. We don't just want to start it and then whoop, right. We've all done that where we've done something and it's kicked off and it's been great. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I was going to do that, right? I know I'm so good at doing that. So we can use Virgo to kind of settle us in and get into the work. I love to use earth moons to get into work. Now, for my air signs and my fire signs, you are probably not going to like this because it's like, it's settling you in. It's making you like slow it down. And that can be a little bit hard, right? Especially when you want to go. But it's like, hold on, let's get a plan in order. Let's get this organized. Let's get this together, right? So if you find yourself being a more prominent air sign or fire sign, and that could be whether just your elemental makeup here with the charts, or if we're looking at it from a your sun or your moon or your rising sign, right? Depending, you could be a little bit more air, a little bit more fire. You could be a combination of those two, maybe air, earth, right? It just depends. So what I always recommend to people is I can tell you all day what you're going to feel like, but only you know what you feel like. So use this information to take note to say, okay, we're going to be in this Leo fire moon. We're going to be in this earth Virgo moon. And then we're going to be in this air Libra moon on Saturday and Sunday. How does this energy affect me? What is going on? Did I feel like getting into work? Did I feel like slowing down? What changed for me? Use your awareness, my friend, to figure out how you can use this energy. Okay, so Virgo is really good at getting into our systems and our structures and how we're doing things, right? So let's go ahead and look at Saturday and Sunday. I just realized I skipped Saturday and Sunday. All right, Saturday, you'll see that our moon moves into our Libra energy. So Libra is an air sign. It is more balanced. It wants harmony. It seeks like balance and harmony. It seeks like equal, like things for it to be equal, right? If I'm putting out a certain amount of energy, I'm expecting to get a certain amount of energy back. It's looking for ways for that reciprocity. So really nice energy for the weekend, right? To have really good, nice reciprocity with people. This is also a really good time. Any air moons are a really good time to research, to like brainstorm, to look for things, look for how you're going to do the thing, figure out the how to, right? It's the how aspect of when we're learning. It's what is this? What is the thing that we're doing, right? So this is really good energy to do that. So if it's taking a class this weekend, if it's learning, if it's opening up that book and reading, or YouTube University, right? There's tons of ways that we can use this energy to research, to educate ourselves, to learn, right? Really good energy for that. And then relationships is also something that Libra is also ruling and managing. And so if we look at it from that standpoint, maybe we want to spend some time with our partner or our loved ones, our relationships, our friends, right? Maybe we want to hang out with them and do something, spend some time with them, right? Maybe we're feeling this energy. Okay, so that is our moon energy. We're going to be in Leo, Virgo, and Libra. So fire, earth, air this week. So not a lot of emotions getting in the way this week, although there are some other things happening. Not to say that you're not going to have emotions, but we're not going to be in that energy, right? So this is really good energy to get things going and moving and like moving forward. Plus our full moon is happening next week. So we're leading up to that big energy. And it is a lunar eclipse. It's a partial lunar eclipse. So this is really good, powerful energy. So you might feel the rev up, right? I love when this week before the full moon and we begin in a fire moon, it's like, whoosh, let's go. Like, let's get this going. So use this energy, my friend. Okay. All right, let's look at a couple other things. Mercury, that beautiful planet that likes to screw with things when it goes retrograde. Yes, that is happening. So if we look here at our chart, our Mercury is going retrograde. So you'll see right here, it is stationary, that little SRX symbol there. It means it is stationary retrograde. And then if we advance it one more day, that show the RX here, that means it is retrograde. So Mercury is going retrograde, my friend. Yes, but have no fear, Danny is here. Yes, Mercury is going retrograde starting on the 11th and will be retrograde through June 4th. So note those dates, May 11th through June 4th, Mercury will be retrograde. But don't have any fear because it's all good. Mercury is a beautiful, beautiful time for us to explore our inner self, our inner world, right? Did you know that astrology had so much personal development in it? Oh my God, it's the best personal development tool. So we can use Mercury, especially since it's going to be, as we can see here, it is in the zodiac sign of Taurus. So it being in Taurus is a really grounded energy. It's very stable. It loves the comforts. It loves to tune in to the beauty of nature. And so there could be some things, right, that we are looking to deal with in those aspects. It also loves money, money. And so there could be some work that maybe we need to do with money. I don't know who it was that said it. I don't know if it was like Denise Duffield Thomas. I'm not sure. It might have been in her book. I can't remember, but there was, I heard it from somebody. I know it's a money master. I know that for sure. But they said, if you are not at the level of income that you would like to be, then you've got some money issues. You've got some money mindset issues. And so if you are not, I'll say that to you, if you are not where you want to be, then there's probably some money mindset issues. And this Taurus Mercury retrograde can definitely help us. Plus, on top of that, Mercury and the sun, because the sun is going to move into Taurus beginning of next week. So we've got these really beautiful energies in Taurus to really help us work through those. So if you do have some money things, or if my friend, you're a money master as well, you should be putting some classes out right now, just FYI. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at, I'm going to be talking more. There's a lot more to Mercury that I want to talk about, but I'm doing a whole class on Tuesday, May 10th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, all about our beautiful Mercury retrograde. I'll also be sharing a super special roller blend that you can use throughout to keep you sane and safe. We're also going to be talking about ways to work with the energy. I'll be talking about tools that you can use to work with the energy, as well as we talk about certain crystals you can use. And what was the other thing we're going to cover? Oh, technology. Since technology seems to be a huge thing during Mercury retrograde, we're going to talk about that one as well. It involves something like this. Ooh, okay. let's talk about the other one. The other 3 or 4. There's a lot of stuff happening in our sky over the next couple of weeks. Number 1, Venus. So let's look at our beautiful chart here. We have Venus, this guy right here, or this girl right here. And then we have Chiron, this guy right here. So Venus is love, beauty, relationships, money as well. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's where our biggest insecurities are, right? So we here are ready to do some healing with relationships, some healing with our partners, some healing with maybe karmic relationships or contracts, right? Maybe there's some healing that needs to be done there. Maybe there's some awareness that needs to be brought to that. We can also look at healing around money, right? Since Venus does rule money. Healing around working and dealing with material things. You know, one of the things that I hear a lot of spiritual people want or desire is to be in the realm, right? The higher realms, and to connect to spirit, to be with spirit. But we also are here in this 3D world, this reality, right? And so we have to learn, or we should learn at least, how to work with this reality, how to work with this world and be the magician. Instead of just trying to escape it, we need to bring that energy down and use it in our world. So we can really use this energy over the next couple of weeks, actually. So Venus will be conjunct Chiron till May 18th, so about a week. But then we also have Mars, which is conjunct Neptune. And that will be from May 12th through May 25th. So just before the end of the month. This is more of, we might find might feeling more romantic and more sensual, or you might find yourself being paranoid and delusional. This is this energy with Neptune. So you can see this right here. This is Mars and this is Neptune. Neptune is actually about to change signs. It'll be changing signs pretty soon in the coming weeks. And this is moving into Pisces, which, oh my goodness, we got some stuff going to happen. But before we get there, let's talk about this Mars and Venus conjunction. So when the two planets are together, which is a conjunction, their energies are like working together. They're supporting each other. They're connecting with each other. And so they're influencing each other hugely. So we're using this energy together. So if we look at Mars and Neptune, the reason why I said it could be super romantic and sensual and dreamy, and it can also be paranoid and delusional. Mars is our warrior. Mars is our drive, our will, that let's do this, right? And Neptune is more of our spiritual, dreamy, subconscious energy, things that are hidden, right? And so it can make us feel a little bit paranoid, like what is going on, and maybe a little scared and fearful. It can also make us very dreamy and romantic, right? So depending where we are, right, this energy is influencing all of us. So wherever our mental state is, if we're leaning towards delusional and paranoid and fearful and all those things, then this energy is easily going to help us move over to that way, to that thinking and those patterns and habits and actions. If we are more in a more balanced, maybe even looking at a more romantic and sensual feeling, then we're going to lean more towards that way. But the really good thing about this energy is that it really helps us work and move towards our goals, our spiritual goals, our dreams, our desires, because Mars is that drive, Mars is that willpower. And so it can really help us to move forward. So I'm telling you, this first part of this week, if you're feeling whoosh, let's go for this, this is why. The other thing I want you to be careful for those of you, my friends that are dating, those of you out there that are dating, tap, 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 listen up. This is energy of over idealizing a partner. So I want you to be careful if you're dating, if you're meeting somebody for the first time, or, things are starting to shift, right? Be mindful that you could be over idealizing this person or putting a lot of expectations on this person right now. And, we don't want to put anybody on a pedestal because people fall from pedestals, right? We're not perfect. They're not perfect. And so if we start to over idealize them, we can really get ourselves in a sticky situation. So just be careful of that, of not doing that or stepping into that and thinking oh, this is going to be great. And then it's what just happened, right? So just be careful. Stay grounded, avoid negative environments. I mean, I would say that always, but do your best to avoid negative environments, especially during this period from the 12th to the 25th. Drugs and alcohol, these are extremely influential right now. So be very cautious, especially if you're very sensitive to energy. I would avoid them if you can, or unless you're using them, in a certain way, guided by somebody who knows and can help you. Just be very careful of that. Okay. The other thing that I want to talk about really quick is the sun, with a couple of different things. So Sun and Saturn and Sun and Pluto. So our sun is square the planet Saturn. So let me go ahead and show you that here. Here's our sun, beautiful circle with the dot in it. And then we have our Saturn over here. And these are making what's called a square. It's a 90 degrees. And this is more battling type energy. Because Saturn can make things a little bit more difficult. It can slow things down. It can feel more restrictive or weighed down, or you're coming under pressure. I want you to be mindful of this because we could be getting in our own way here. So although this is really good energy to move forward, this aspect can really bring up some things for us, which is good because then we can work through them. But it also can weigh us down, and it can also have like a like you know how some days you feel like you have that like cloud over your head, and you're like, why won't this black cloud just go away? Like there's sun out there. Can you please just go away, black cloud? This is what Saturn can do. It can bring that kind of like, oh, feeling a little bit more sad and depressed, even though things are going great. It could just be bringing up those negative things. So I want you to be mindful of this, right? So this aspect will be kind of hanging out there till the 22nd of this month. So this is a really good chunk of time here. So just be mindful that if you're fit, like do whatever you can to help. I'm just looking at my oils because I'm like, well, there's some oils that can help you. So let me grab that. Okay, I just grabbed this one because this was the closest one I had, but this one is Cheer. This is a really beautiful uplifting blend. So I would recommend diffusing this. If you're starting to feel like that dark cloud over, just diffuse this baby, or even just take some sniffs of it. I would also, oh, it smells so good. I would also recommend any of the citrus oils. So like a lemon, a lime, grapefruit, right? Any of those would be really, really good for uplifting, right? Wild orange is my favorite. You can also, if you're using the doTERRA oils, which I highly recommend, you can put those, you can take those internally. So you can put those in your water. I've been doing wild orange in my water. I've been doing lime in my water. I do grapefruit in my water every day. So it just depends on how I'm feeling and which one I want to use. But these work great. They help uplift, like you even saw, I was like, woo. There's another one called Citrus Bloom and Citrus Bliss that smell like spring. Oh, they're gorgeous. Those are other ones that I would recommend. But you can use those oils right now to help bring you out, right? If you are feeling a little bit more weighed down, a little bit more sad, and just wanting to like stay home and not do anything. Okay. The other final one we want to talk about today is the Sun trine Pluto. So that is this guy right here. This is Pluto. And so you'll see this little triangle here. That is a trine. So a trine energy is much more cooperative. They work more seamlessly together. And so this energy of Pluto, which is that deep, intense energy with our sun, with our consciousness, we could be experiencing more intense and deep experiences. And so that can simply be like you're wanting to get into research, you're really wanting to investigate something or fully understand a topic. Maybe there's something that you've been like interested in, astrology, oils, I don't know. And you're like, oh, I really want to discover this. And you know how you like will open a book and you'll just like read all the books. I know me, I'm a Kindle girl. So I like download all the books that I can and start reading, or I'm on YouTube looking at tons of videos, right? Or I'm searching for classes that I can take, right? I just really want to consume all the information I possibly can. So maybe that's you, right? Maybe that's what you will experiencing. And that's like this is a 5-day period. So this is a really good time for my fellow entrepreneurs who are putting classes out there. Tap, tap, tap. If that's you, if you're an entrepreneur and you're putting, things out there for people to learn, this is a really good time, May 15th through the 20th. As a matter of fact, I'll be working an event that week, which I was like, beautiful time, because you're sharing something where people can really learn and go deep into a topic. Beautiful energy for that. This is also really good energy for clearing any clutter out of your environment. So if you've been, wanting to clear that, closet out, that drawer out, that floor space out, this is also a really good time to clear things out, clear the clutter. And finally, because it is Pluto and it is being able to go deep, this is a really good time to do some healing work. So my healers, put your stuff out there. If you're, somebody that works with somebody to help get to the root cause of something, this is a beautiful time for you, because this is not only a time where it'll be better and easier for them to bring things to the surface, they're also going to be looking for it. So keep that in mind. Okay, I think that is it. I think I have covered it all, my friend. I hope that you have enjoyed this forecast. Our oil for the week is going to be balance. This actually isn't balance. That's why I didn't show you it. This is Terra Shield, which is another really good oil. This is the one that I had on our balcony this weekend when we were sitting out there at night, because there's, buggy bugs starting to come out because it's spring. And so it's a repellent blend, but it's also not only good for repelling the buggy bugs, but it's also good for repelling energy. So if you need to have a little bit of extra protection, you need to repel some things, Terra Shield. So my Pisces friends, this one's for you. All right, so the one I did want to grab, which I didn't, was Balance. It's actually not up here. It's because I used it this morning. Balance is the oil that I would recommend this week. It is a blend that doTERRA has that I absolutely love, love, love. This is probably my go-to oil. And the reason why I'm saying balance is you can see there's a lot of different energy that is happening over this week, right? We have a lot of things shifting, things changing. I didn't even talk yet about really a lot about Mercury going retrograde. As a matter of fact, don't forget the class on Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific. Oh no, Mercury is retrograde is the name of the title, but we'll be going through all the things to help you go through it with feeling empowered, which is my goal for the class. I'll also be sharing with you where it's going to be affecting you personally. And so my friend, that's huge information. Highly recommend it. Okay. Last things last. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I think we're done. Yay. Okay, my friend, that wraps us up for this week. If you have any questions, if you're ready to get some oils in your life, let me know. Put it down in the comments. I'll put some links down in the comments as well for you, so you can get started. My friend, I'm telling you, whether it's the doom and gloom cloud over your head and you need some cheer, or you need some protection, or you need to just balance through all the things, essential oils, plant medicine can definitely help you. Natural, safe, and effective. All right, that's it. I wrap this up by saying, my friend, close your eyes and take a deep breath. And find peace.